We are back live on MorningLine. Thanks for joining us. Elder Law Questions. You see the number 737-7587 for the lovely and talented Barbara McGinnis. She is an attorney with Tekis McGinnis. You froze up there for a moment now, but we've got your signal back up and running. And Barbara, we've got next. I think he's back now. We'll see if we can get him on the call. And it's Kendrith, I think. Kendrith, are you there?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, sir. Go ahead.
Yes. Will people SOI?
Yeah, go ahead. Just talk to us on the phone.
Yes. Okay. Will people receiving SSI, disability, Social Security? Yes. Will people with Social Security, disability receive stimulus check?
Did you get one last time? Did you get the last stimulus check?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, the answer, Barbara, go ahead.
I do believe that you will receive it again. I believe all of those, the SSI, SSDI, and Social Security retirement recipients, I believe you're going to receive another check. Everything I've read indicates so.
She's exactly right. As it stands now, unless there's some surprise, especially since we already know that you qualify, you're not a dependent, even though dependents are going to be included this time. But if you've gotten your prior stimulus checks, this new one will be the same way, and you should get it delivered to you the same way, which I assume will be direct deposit, the same place they put your Social Security or SSI payment every month. So, yeah, that's good news for a lot of people, and you should expect it. Again, if things happen the way we expect it by the end of this week, there's a possibility those first stimulus payments could go out before the end of this month, maybe into next month, but they should be coming soon. Let's see, we've got Donald on next. Donald, good morning. Hi, Donald.
Hi there, how you doing?
Good. What can we do for you, Donald?
Yes, sir. I was wondering about the eviction process. We got served an eviction notice on Friday, and I was wondering if that was in effect, or I heard something about it was extended till September.
Where do you live?
In Dixon County.
You're in Dixon County, and so you've gotten an eviction notice. And
yes, sir.
Are you a senior? Are you on a fixed income? What's your situation?
Well, I'm 54 years old. I'm in the process of drawing disability. It's under an appeal right now. My girlfriend works, and that's our only income.
Gotcha. All right. It's a tough situation there. But, Barbara, I know that's a little outside of our realm. I can help him on some, but I don't know if you have anything to add, and I'll fill in the blanks.
Nick, I really don't know anything about eviction notices.
Right.
I know that there was a moratorium. I don't know if that's been extended or not.
Okay, fair enough. And yesterday, by the way, real quick, Barbara, I can tell him that we had Metro Action Commission on, and they are here in Davidson County helping folks with rent relief and eviction relief, as well as utility relief. I don't know if Mary Elena can pass me that number. I'll give it to you in a moment, where you can call the Metro Action Commission. They will tell you who you can contact in Dixon, all right, to get help. There is money available to help you pay your rent and get you up current so you're not evicted. And let's see, okay, what's the number, Mary Elena? 615-862-8860. Get a pen and paper, okay, Donald, and I'll give that number out again. Call that and let them know. I can tell you this. I don't know about the Dixon County Sheriff, but I know the Davidson County Sheriff says at this point, I don't believe they've started doing evictions, and the Sheriff's Department's the one that does that, all right? So I don't believe that's the case, and I think there is relief on the way. So there is help for you out there, all right? So stay tuned, get your pen and paper, and at the end of this break, when Barbara and I are done, I'll give that number out again. Call them, let them know you're in Dixon, and they'll tell you who you can contact to find out about getting help with your rent, all right? There is help there. You should not have to be evicted right now during this pandemic. And yeah, Barbara, he's 54 years old. This has put a financial stress on a lot of people, obviously. Seniors, you know, everyone around the board, and it's tough. And it's also resulted in a lot, sadly, of seniors especially dying. And you told me before the show began that you are handling more and more probate cases than you've seen in a while.
Absolutely. You know, we had, I believe, out of our client base, we had 146 deaths last year.
Wow.
which is considerably higher than average. And you know, our practice is exclusively elder law.
Sure.
So a lot of our clients do pass away every year, but we're handling more and more probates probably than ever before. I opened 4 in one day last week. And there's different kinds of probate, believe it or not. You have to probate in the county of your residence. There is something called small estate probate. Small estate is if you do not have real estate and your net worth is less, or your probatable assets is less than $50,000. We can do a small estate. That is a lot less work on the part of the executor, meaning there's a lot less in terms of accountings and inventories. You still get some type of letter that you need, the authority to manage usually a particular asset. Something that somebody's forgotten about, a bank account that didn't get title to a trust, or a life insurance policy that was made out to the estate by accident instead of to a named beneficiary. But small estate, a little less expensive to manage and a lot less work to process. There's also something called a muniment of title, and that is when we're trying to when we only have real estate and we're trying to transfer title to the heirs. As long as there's a will in place. Again, this is not full probate. It's a way of getting something done. The courts are going to frown upon you trying to combine small estate and muniment of title. In fact, they just may not let you do that, because if you have real estate and assets in $50,000, we're looking at full probate. Full probate is when we take the will to the court. The attorney drafts some pleadings to the court, and basically we are promising that we are going to administer the terms of the decedent's will according to their wishes. If there's no will, then it's just the laws of intestate succession, which means the laws of the state, how we're going to administer the estate of the decedent. So it is a court proceeding. We're promising to administer the will. We account to the court for what we're doing in terms of providing inventory and accountings usually. And then structured, organized distribution of those assets after creditors have been paid. And there's a 4-month creditor period, claim period, where you have to notice creditors. In fact, a lot of times that's why probate is opened, is to deal with creditors, either because the estate is insolvent and we have to have some organized, measured way of paying in a prorated fashion creditors. Or if we're trying to sell real estate, a lot of times title companies will require it to make sure there is no hidden indebtedness or encumbrance, and they want to see that 4-month creditor period pass before they release funds from escrow to the beneficiaries. So that's probate in a nutshell, and we are doing a good bit of it.
Wow,
courts are doing a lot of the hearings online now. Right. You know, like we're talking virtually, they are doing a lot of virtual meetings. Very efficient. It's one of the things that I happen to like about the pandemic, that hope continues on. I don't have to deal with traffic driving into Nashville and stuff. And yeah, it's much more efficient. But some courts are actually returning to in-person hearings later this month.
I think you're
that
right.
Would be something.
I agree with you, though. Some of what we've seen has actually been better, and I think for probate and what you're dealing with, that'll continue. I know the rule set by the Tennessee Supreme Court, or that court will reopen supposedly April 1st, but most of that's for criminal stuff, which you don't have to deal with. Listen, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue our final segment with Barbara McGinnis. Before we go, just want to give you out that phone number real quick. Donald and others just wondering about rent relief. This is tying in with what we had from yesterday's show, really not part of today's, but that number, Donald, write it down, and anyone else to get help with your rent is 615-862-8860. 862-8860. Metro Action can tell you in Dixon where to call. We'll take a break. Be back with more with Barbara McGinnis right after this.